Hi guys, it's Jessica and Rebecca. We're bringing you another craft this afternoon. Today we're going to paint some rocks. So in your bag that you got, you should have a rock that's already has tape on it and a jar of paint. The jar of paint has not been opened yet, so it might be a little difficult. Before you open it though, I want you to shake it really well. Or you can roll it between your hands, roll it on the table. Give it a little shake though, so that way then the paint's all mixed up for you. The other thing I would like you to do is to take your rock and just press the tape down that's on it, so that way then as you paint it, there won't be any leaking, hopefully, underneath the tape. Okay? My other suggestion to you is to get a paper towel. One for you to wipe your brush or clean your brush, and one to put your rock on. Rebecca and I just pulled rocks from our garden to use, but yours will be in your bag. So we are just going to go ahead and get started. We put tape on ours in a pattern that we liked, and we have our paint out and our paintbrushes. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. You may need to do a couple of coats. So you may need to paint your rock and then let it sit for a half hour to an hour or more. Check it. Maybe you just want to paint it, let it sit, and then go back and paint it another day. And you can put as many or as few coats on this as you want. Because the rocks have different sections, maybe you want to make these two sections really dark and make these ones not quite as dark, and then this one the lightest. Or maybe you want to leave one of the spaces just rock. The other thing you can do is you can make it all really dark, or however dark or light you want. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Becca already started on her rock. I'm using yellow on mine. Let's see, I'll move the paint over there so you can see. So I'm just going to start, and I'm just going to paint. If you do not have a paintbrush, you could use a Q-tip. You could use a sponge. You could probably even use a paper towel as well, okay? I would recommend, if you use a paper towel, that you don't dip it too much in the paint. Otherwise, you'll get paint everywhere, and it will just become a big mess. But yeah, you certainly could use a Q-tip if you don't have a paintbrush at home, and that would work just as well. But Becca and I are just going to cover our rocks here, let them dry a little bit, and then we'll go back and paint some more. Once they're completely dry, and I would recommend once you are happy with how yours looks, I would let it dry for a good 24 hours. So let it overnight, let it a whole day. And then your masking tape should just peel off nice and easy. And I wouldn't pull it real quick, but I would pull it off, and you'll kind of have a pattern then from where the tape was left while you painted. Some of the rocks had cool little designs underneath them, so I tried to use the masking tape and mask over them, so that way when you took the masking tape off, you could see the little, they almost looked like arteries of things that were running through them, which was kind of cool. The other thing is, if you get your rock out and you don't like the pattern that's on there, then do a new pattern. Pull out your own tape, or gently pull off the tape that's on there, and you put it in a new pattern. The only thing that you need to make sure that you do is you need to make sure that you push that tape down really firm so that the paint doesn't seep underneath. Okay? The other thing you need to know is the paint is washable. So if you get it on your clothes for some reason, don't worry. Just make sure that you wash them right away. Okay? And if it's not your day to wash, then I would take it off and do some soap and water on it and try and get most of the paint out. Okay? But that also means then that you can't put this outside in your garden. Otherwise, your cool design will disappear when it rains. Okay? So we're just going to do this. And Becca finished hers. At least her painting of hers. Alright. Alright. So she's going to let hers dry. And then we'll pull the tape off of hers. I'm working on mine here. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll see if I can pull a little bit of my tape off just to show you what it'll look like. But your masking tape should pull right off. That shouldn't be a problem. I hope that you guys are staying cool in this really hot weather. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, okay? Don't drink those hot coffees that I know you all like. Okay, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Alright, that way then it'll help you stay hydrated and help you to not feel icky. Make sure you find a cool place to go. So if your room is not air conditioned and you know that the library is open, go find the library. Read a good book for couple hours and cool off. Okay. Check in on your neighbors. Make sure they're doing well in this heat. Okay. Alright, let's see here. I'll pull off. Let's see. I have to figure out where I can pull it off. Let's see, I'll pull off this piece right here. Just so you can kind of see. Alright, see how I pulled that off? And you can see where the rock was left in between these two spaces here. Okay, so that way then your rock will have these cool lines running all through it. I don't know if I can pull this one off or not. I think this is the next one I could. Alright. Here we go. Ready? Here's another one. So I'm pulling it off, and the rock is exposed there as well. Okay. So you don't want to do this yet. I just wanted to pull them off just to show you what it looked like when you're all done. Okay? And then once it's dry, you could take a permanent marker to it even and write a message on it. Okay? The other thing that you'll want to do is put your name and the year on it, and that way then you can remember when you did this and when you put it together. The other thing is you could always give it to a friend too who's maybe not feeling so good. And so I hope you enjoyed this craft, and that you're staying cool and staying safe and following the guidelines, making sure you're washing your hands, wearing your mask as you need to when you go out. If you need help, make sure you contact somebody to get you some help and those kinds of things. But I hope that you're having a wonderful afternoon, and I will sign off now. Bye, guys.
Bye.